Welcome to A Simple Life with Cal. So today we are out here. This is one of our horse pastures. There's Timber, my buddy over there. Let's go say hi to Timber. He is such a stinking sweet horse. And next to him, I like to call him T-Bone. His name's really Stormy. If I keep threatening my daughter, I'm gonna eat him. And so I'm not gonna really eat him. I'm not gonna eat a horse, people. Don't get upset at me. I don't wanna get all the horse people upset at me. Hello. Hey, big guy. Timber's about as close to a mule as you'll get when it comes to horses. He is, oh, hi, big guy. Oh, yes. He's so stinking sweet. And I know you can't see his face. That's because my daughter puts all kinds of funny stuff on her horses. He's got a mask on, poor guy. I think that's horse abuse. It should be. I'm just joking. Hey, big guy. He's such a sweet boy. He's such a stinking sweet boy. He's my buddy. Oh, he's like, no, I'm not your buddy right now. He's a real sweet boy. Anyways, so what are we doing out here in a horse pasture? What does this have to do with anything? Well, okay, this is what it has to do with. We board a few horses here, and the horses that we board, you know, they come and go. Well, we had a couple half drafts, and nothing against these horses. They were very sweet, but they absolutely wrecked this pasture. Man, that extra, I don't know, 500 pounds or whatever it is, just destroyed this pasture. And these pastures were never really good, but they were never this bad. And so what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna take down that structure that's over there, or what's left of it. And then I'm just gonna disc the whole field. We're gonna disc it up really good, and then I'll probably take a harrow. Anyways, it's like a big rake that goes on the back. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna level the field some, and then we're gonna come in and I'm gonna put a heavy dose of horse manure on this, and then I'm gonna disc that in. And then I'm gonna put some grass seed on top of it that I have. So that's the plan. The plan is to redo this pasture. Our manure has all the seed from the horses eating our own hay. And so when I put that down, all that's gonna come up. So anything that was in our field, any of the stuff that they've already eaten, that's gonna go down in the field as well. So this is gonna be a good mix. It's not just gonna be like some ryegrass and weeds. It's gonna be a good mix. And I know that because I've seen what happens when I spread the manure. A whole lot of beautiful grass starts popping up. And so that's what we need in here. But the issue is those big horses really compacted the ground. Typically, we like to rotate the horses between pastures. And so we'll give a pasture a week or two, and then we'll rotate, and that pasture will get nibbled on, and another pasture will get. But this pasture just never really took off. It pretty much was just a weedy mess. I already came in and mowed this once, but it's just been a weedy mess the whole year. Last year it wasn't like that. The year before it wasn't like that. So it's really been worked over. So we're gonna try to fix that up. I'm gonna do that today. I'm not gonna get all of it done, but I'm gonna get the structure out of here. I'm gonna get disking. I may even get some loads of manure in here. So yeah, that's the plan for today. Okay, we'll see you guys in a bit. I'm gonna show you kind of quick time lapse of what's going on here. Figured to show you kind of what I'm doing. What we have here is my trusty old 1980s John Deere that starts no matter what weather it is. Middle of the winter, this thing starts. It has no glow plugs. It just goes. I have no idea how or why, but it starts every single time without fail. And then this big pile of poo, which is a manure spreader I inherited when I bought the place. And when I say a big pile of poos, anybody who has one of these, you have my sympathies and you know exactly the pain I go through running it. They are so hard. Anyways, it's currently working other than the one tire went flat because the valve went out, but the valve's not a replaceable valve. So we just covered it with electric tape like any self-sufficient farmer would do until a new tube comes. Long story short, we're gonna fill this up with a load. We're gonna take it out. I'm gonna show you what it looks like in the pasture when we spread it, as well as what the pasture looks like. I did one pass already in one area, so we'll show you what that looks like. All right, I'm gonna get this filled up and see you in a few minutes. All right, so we're out here. This is the field that we disced up the other day. And you can start to see I've spread some of that manure here, but this is really where it started to get spread, right in here. So there's a whole lot of wood chips or wood shavings in here, and it's not super wide. It's really just like a 4-foot swath. We're probably gonna do one really solid tight pass across this whole field. So the whole field will end up with a pretty good amount of manure on it. And then I'll come back and I'll disc it again, and then I'll come back and spread my seed. All right, I'm gonna let Clint show you guys what it looks like when we spread it. All right, well that's the process. So we're gonna do that probably about 15 more times. Okay, I just wanna show this real quick. This is why I run chickens in my pig pastures, okay? This is it, right there. Pogo just did his poop go, and that little naked necked chicken came over, spread it all out, nice and neat, dug through it, got a worm or two, who knows what it got. Piece of grain, no idea, but it dug it all up. That doesn't happen on every single pile, but it is why I run chickens in my horse pastures, because they really help with the fly pressure. I mean, seriously help with the fly pressure. We got it manured, we got the seed down, and now we're gonna go over and harrow the whole thing. The main reason for running a harrow in this instance is because we have chickens in this field. If I leave all my grass seeds sitting on top of this nice disced up soil and manure, those chickens will come through and they will eat every last seed, or darn close to it. So we ran the harrow and it worked great. We basically just rolled the soil over on top of the seed, and you can actually see it in the clouds. We actually end up getting rain like the next day after I did this. And so it worked perfectly. And within about a week, we ended up having seeds sprouting. It was really cool. The kids thought it was amazing. My dad used to use the analogy that if you're not going to break up the hard spots in your heart and in your life, that you're not going to be able to grow into new aspects of your life. And I never really understood that. The analogy just didn't connect with me. And the funny part was my dad wasn't a farmer. He was a carpenter and a pastor. And so now looking back and seeing his words and understanding him in the aspect of growing things on the farm, it draws so much more levity to his points. And it's amazing to be able to share those with my kids and have real life examples to prove it out.